Welcome back to Major Minor. Last time we were on a train, and I think we got a seizure or a panic attack or something, and we saw that loser from the Velvet Room. Before I begin, I think I fixed my mic issues. Let me know how it sounds. So, let's continue then. I guess. I don't like how this game handles its fucking thing. Alright, so I was immediately shot back to my own reality. Or at least the reality I was comfortable with. But now I know one thing for sure. That really happened. The Ark wasn't just a dream. He actually gave me some sort of power. I have no idea what to think right now. The confusion inside me intensifies. It's like millions of voices are fighting in my head, trying to make sense of everything that happened. Hey, are you coming? Killa stands before me, his luggage in tow. I notice that I'm also standing up. It appears my body has moved on its own, almost like something momentarily took over. Did I say something wrong? Gosh, I need to watch my mouth. I tell him he did nothing wrong. I let him know I was lost in my own train of thought. He seems to giggle as if this was a pun. I decided to take the credit for it, perhaps in an attempt to ease my inner turmoil. At least he waited for me, or I'd be clueless right now. And it's the last thing I'd want to be, alone and confused in Tokyo. Bad combination. I apologize for the delay as we exit the train. Fright looms over me for the rest of the day. Whatever happened tonight would change everything. Okay. One thing that really annoys me is that, the main character doesn't fucking talk, at all. Oh yeah, this is, a scene that they moved in the mobile version for some reason. Earlier that day in the courtrooms of Terra, a planet far from Earth, yet closer than was known to any. Oh my god, how am I gonna voice these characters? Ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, I present to you Lord Player, your current leader in the race for mayor, and with that, your future king. Something about his eyes could bother the fuck out of me. Looks like he's staring into my soul. I've been his humble servant for years, and through that I am certain of one thing. He will bring Terra to an age of prosperity. Look, it's Trump. There he is. Come now, Riley, you embarrass me. I'd rather speak for myself. I'm flattered, but they need to hear me. I shall speak of this prosperity on my own. This is something every Terran must hear. Under our current king, we are doomed. I don't understand how they're, if you're running for mayor, you can't be running for king. You're acting like mayor is, as an equal power position as, king. Forgive me, Lord Claire. I did not mean to embarrass you. Not in front of all these people. I mean you no quarrel, Riley. Have a seat. I'll call you as needed. Yes, my lord. Good lord. Allow me to ask you all a question. You do not need to answer vocally. Just ponder on it as food for thought. Why did you say that? It's not like they were going to talk anyway. If this is a big board meeting or whatever. If I may paint an image in your minds. You have a starving family. Your only desire is to feed them. You work harder than you ever have before, but you only have enough food to feed half. The rest of your family will simply starve. Just add the starving half into your fucking other half. You eat your family, dude. There's no problem with that. Though before you can eat, there's a knock, a violent rapping on the door of your home. You learn that that's someone new to Terra. They fled the destruction of their home. Yo, Kingdom Hearts 1 and Traverse Town? All they want is a new life on our soil. They beg for your food, almost dying. But if you feed them, your family suffers. In this case, charity is a curse. They live and your family may die. So what would you do? Would you help a stranger, even if it goes on to hurt your family? I believe I know what your answer is. Why would I let my family die? Why would I give a stranger my food? I do not blame you if this is your answer. You worked so hard for the sustenance. Why are you expected to just give it away? You know, he has a point. Like, why is this game treating him like a bad person? Like, if Terra is overpopulated, why is he... Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm in support of Tiger Trump here. Why is Terra expected to give it away? This is the portrait painted of our world, a place to be taken advantage of. Used. We can barely sustain ourselves, yet we need to care for these immigrants. Your current king is making fatal mistakes. He gives everything away freely, and he calls himself the immortal king. If he truly lived for several millennia, well, you'd think he'd have common sense. Something Terra has been lacking as of late. Every immigrant we accept, they're another stroke on our canvas, one that paints us as lax and lazy. The more we accept into our world, the more we condemn ourselves to accept. This is the power of that world now. You know, if Terra, like, he has a point if Terra is, like, really, like, overpopulated, but I can't agree with him. Like, I agree with him, but I can't agree with him, not because of, like, what he's saying, but because of his stupid fucking Goku hair. At this rate, we will all die. Regardless of our origin, we will starve. I wanted a strict immigration law, but even this will not help us. You don't allow a disease to run rampant. We need to cure this blight permanently. Yo, the final solution? World War II? A vote for player will give us severance, a disconnect from all the other worlds. No longer will they be able to use us. If elected, I will devote my life to this. I will ensure Terra's independence, and our base right to live fulfilling lives. Only then will we be free from immigration. Only then will our resources be our own. That is all. Will there be any questions? There he is. Fun story. Actually, like, legit this morning as I'm recording this, I got a comment on the old LP from this character. Very good on them, actually. They took it as, like a really good sport. So, props to this dude. With the collar. And yeah, that's a guy. Traps. More like, it's a fucking ambush, lads. I have a question for you, Lord Player, if you're accepting, of course. Please speak, my child. My name is Kaylin. Please refrain from calling me child. I'm not one of your blind followers. The real problem lies with your greed. You're a noble. You have so much food. Why do you hoard and say we run short? What? If people like you learn to share, well, we'd all be leading happier lives. You're a single man, yet I've seen some inside reports. You hoard enough food to feed dozens. Inside reports? Wouldn't it be more fitting to share? The supply is there, Lord Player. Your campaign is based on a lie. And why do you have so much food? You don't look that round to me. This is why Lord Velasquez wants a tithe. Not everybody, just the rich. So I don't think you care about our food, or any resources for that matter. You only care about removing foreigners. So, my question is, what is the true reason that you seek severance? What gives you the right to say this? You're speaking to your future king! Weren't you running for fucking mayor? What do you mean, future king? Yeah, I'm with Caleb, future king. Don't make me laugh. You're avoiding the question. Where's your proof? Accusations require evidence, Caleb. Something I'm sure you don't have. I laugh at the notion that I am hoarding, especially enough to feed dozens of people. I know the importance of giving. I would never keep that while others starve. Really? You fooled me. That story you just told everyone, it was about not sharing and giving. I asked why you seek severance and you go and get this defensive? Your hatred speaks volumes, Lord Claire. There's no need to discriminate here. Everyone deserves food and shelter, not just those native to Terra. I don't even think he was being racist. He was being more practical. Like, I mean, if you want to call me a bad person, go ahead. But I think Trump here has a point. Oh my god. I seek severance to be independent. I only want to share amongst our own. I don't want a reputation of charity. I want Terra to thrive on its own. If we keep giving things away, we only give off a bad image of ourselves. Well, even if you did achieve severance, we'd still be full of immigrants. Not only that, but their descendants, too. How does this make you feel? Fucking racist, like... Ugh. Simple. We establish a new Terra. Once we are severed, we'd all be natives. We'd be united as one self-sustaining world. I mean, that's a good point, actually. But, of course, the femboy on the right. Funny you should bring that up now. Rebranding our entire world? You think that'd be part of your campaign? Typical politician. Making things up, turning all the negatives into positives. I'll give you credit, but I'm not fooled. I ask again for proof, child. Fine. Your servant Kabu has all of it. He provided a peculiar shipping manifest. It should be all that we need to prove this. What? And the evidence substances claims of hearing immigrant hate speech. A nightly pastime of yours, it seems. I'll let him handle it from here. I don't understand how you could be so fit, but you're so poor and starving that you wear clothes like that. Okay. I can confirm all that Kalen said. Kabu, you traitor! What have I done to deserve this? At first, I thought Claire was my friend. I know I'm not from Terra, but he made me feel wanted, like a son. But he started to hate immigrants so much. I realized more that I was only being used. He just wanted a cheap servant. And now recently, he's been hoarding food, creating nothing but an artificial shortage. One that he can conveniently blame on immigrants. Damn, I'm fairly sure that they're like they're not blackmailing him, they're like, what's the word? It's like a fraud. I'm fairly sure like Kabu and Kalen are fucking liars. Like, Claire is the good guy in this situation. I don't know about you guys, but okay. And one that he can use as cover. He conveniently hides his hatred while supporting his campaign for mayor. Wasn't it King? Like, why do you keep switching back and forth between mayor and King? What the fuck is the matter with you? The problem isn't those coming to Terra. It's the greed of those that live on it. Our immortal king speaks the truth. A tithe on the upper class. Yes, then everyone will be fed. Vote for Velasquez's continued reign. You know you speak lies. Why are you doing this, Kabu? Please look at the shipping manifest. I'll place it here for all to see, that you may know Claire's true nature. Remember, he owns lots of land on Terra. This is but one of many instances. I'm positive he hoards at his other homes. Forged! The evidence is forged! Do not trust such infantile accusations. It was likely created by Velasquez. Riley, have a word with the people. Ensure that they realize Kabu's deceit. And guards, please detain those two men. Damn, that was stupid and intense. I don't understand why the game tries to paint Claire as the bad guy in this situation. He's like, he legit has a point. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Okay, so I guess we're back in Tokyo. We noticed that there aren't many people standing around. The initial rush must have already subsided. At least Killa waited for me. How long was I out? Well, I guess this is it, huh? I kind of pictured a grand entrance, but there's really nobody here. Oh well, I should have expected less. That way you don't get so disappointed. It's better than getting your hopes up. That was sure an odd way of looking things. Well, of course, nothing about Killa was normal, including his Jolly Rancher fur. Hey, pull out your phone. We should exchange numbers, just in case. I know you don't really like maid cafes, you fucking loser. But I can tell you so much about Tokyo. I read about this place online for weeks. There's a lot of stuff to do here. I'm sure we can come to some middle ground. He pulls out his phone and awaits my information. I pull the phone out of my pocket and do the same. After a few minutes pass, we exchange digits. You got Kilo's contact information. Another gripe I have with this game is that you get a bunch of people's contact info, but you don't do anything with it. You just have it. Like, okay. Thanks. It was nice to meet you. I'm always glad to make a new friend. Okay, bye, bitch. He starts to scurry away. I hope he's a texter. I hate getting phone calls. It seems so weird. Our generation is definitely hooked on text messages. I wonder where I'm supposed to go. Brooke never gave me detailed information. I expected he'd be right there when I got off, but I don't see anyone at all, actually. I quickly turn a corner and bump into a helpless woman.
Hey, watch where you're going, will you?
I step back and immediately apologize. I tell her I was just looking for my friend Rook. I explain the fact that I'm a foreigner and...
Foreigner? Oh, so am I. But I'm no concert. You should probably tell your friend to meet you in the atrium.
She points towards a large open area. I guess it's a good enough landmark. I thank her and start to follow her direction. But before I can get too far, a hand grips on my shoulder. Oh no. Oh no. Could it be that man again? Please, just give me some peace and quiet today. Hey! Oh no, it's like one of my least favorite characters in this game. He's so lonely that you've taken up talking to yourself. That's weird. I'm extremely relieved. For a moment, I thought I might have been that man again. But no, this must be Rook. What does he mean by talking to myself? Whatever. I'm glad you're here. The PA speakers mentioned possible delays, and that's not something I can tolerate. We're on strict schedule. I'm gonna use like a southern accent. Fuck the Jersey accent. S-T-R-I-C-T. Strict. He starts typing away in his tablet. Strict. Adjective. Acting in close conformity to requirements or principles. Ever heard of that word before? Wow. And I thought Killer was a character. Although I guess I would be a little upset if he was boring. No one likes to stick in the mud. So where's the other one? I was confused. I wasn't quite sure what he meant. I asked him for clarification. The other contest winner, I mean? You were supposed to be together? Wait, what? Insufferable. I hate being lied to. Drop the act. Seriously, where is he? I tell him I have no idea what he's talking about. I didn't meet anybody on the train except for Killa. Wait, could that mean? No way. Fuck. Out of the shadows, someone shuffles through. God damn it, I don't like you. Hey, you two. You were watching us? Well, that's exceedingly creepy. What a group. We have ourselves a stalker and someone who talks to themselves, too. I really don't get what he means. I was clearly getting directions from that woman. I wasn't watching you, I was just shy. And hold on a second, you're the other contest winner? He really emphasizes the word your. I'm unsure if I should take offense to this or not. Although now I'm glad it didn't break the NDA. Rook would have found it for sure. I guess I should have expected it. Both on the same train, both English speakers, it adds up. Well, either way, I have to say I'm really glad it's you. I feel like we got along on the train. Yeah, sure, we totally got along on the train. Even if it was only for a few minutes. I know you don't like maid cafes because you'll fucking lose it, but we'll be spending lots and lots of time together. I'm sure we can figure something out. Would you like to save your game? I am going to save my game, but I'm also going to continue here if it's like not a long video. Yeah, I'll like continue for a little bit more. Okay. So, you're not one for maid cafes, that's good. Total waste. Hey, judging much? Didn't they teach you not to do that? You know, like back in grade school? Gosh, you're so crash. Rook types away on his tablet. Is he looking up the definition of that word? I am definitely not crass. I apologize if it came off that way. Regardless, you two couldn't agree on where to go, so if you'll let me, I'll handle this. Allow me to invoke the rule of Rook. It always cuts through indecision. It sounds terrifying, though. I'm just gonna do like a regular American accent for Rook. Fuck this. The rule of Rook? Are you pulling our legs? Hear me out. You can't decide where to go, and to top it off, you're new around here. I, however, have a vast knowledge of Tokyo. I can figure out the perfect place to go. Besides, there's been a bit of a delay. You won't be meeting place for a day or two. I'm tasked with helping you waste time. I guess that makes sense. What do you think? I nod. I do think the rule needs a new name. Well, where are you going to take us? That will have to come as a surprise, but it will be in Electric Town. Electric Town? You don't mean Akihabara? Yes, I do. We all spend lots of time there. Excuse me. It's the place to be for tourists. That and Clace loves the atmosphere. A lot of his outings are to Akihabara. Wow, we'll get along great then. But what about this delay that you mentioned? Is everything okay? It sounds bad. It sounds bad. Oh, it's fine. Clay's got into a fight. Fuck, I wish I saw that. Him and his tour manager disagree a lot, but Singe always manages to quell him. Oh, I hope it's nothing too serious. It'll be fine. Place is a hothead. It'll be fine after venting and relaxing. We've all come to expect it at least. Anyway, we should probably get going. Won't get anywhere standing here all day. It's high time we ditch this station. Which, yeah, I don't understand why it makes you save like this again, but okay. After a few moments of walking, we exit the station. I feel a soft breeze and take a sharp inhale. Why don't you just say take a deep breath rather than a sharp inhalation? Are you fucking crazy? It's nice to feel some fresh air after all that time. The plane and train ride here were definitely stuffy. Interesting. The air here feels different. Not in a bad way, I mean, just different. Though it's probably expected in a foreign country. The air almost smells cleaner here than it does back home. Whoa! What's with that smell? Not where you're used to, huh? Don't worry, you'll get used to it. Just enjoy the fresh air. You deserve it. They did rush you onto that train. No time to relax after that long flight. But you're good now. Relax and enjoy it. Yeah, I guess you're right. Hey, wait! Does that mean we were on the same plane? That's so cool! What are the odds? Actually, it's incredibly probable. We both won the same contest after all. They likely expensed and brought stuff in sets. I don't say this though, I don't want to downplay you. Pretty solid actually, you both won the same contest after all. Enter Rook, the social assassin, blurting out the things we don't dare to. I didn't think of it that way, I guess. He looks defeated, with the smile on his face. See, that's why I refrained. Well, we shouldn't stand around. We didn't leave just to waste our time out here. I've got a little bit of a surprise for you. Remember how we said things would be quiet? Well, Clay went and pulled some strings, the kind of strings that get you a limo. We have a limo? Like, just for us? That was a pleasant surprise, actually. Rook gives a soft smile as he says the word limo. I can tell he's been waiting to let out that secret. Yeah, something like that. We'll use it to move you around town, at least until we leave Tokyo behind. But even then, we'll just rent a new one. This tour is going all sorts of places. You get to travel the world in style. Mood completely reversed. Thanks, Rook. Shall we get going then? Where is it? Well, actually, it's right there. Rook points to a limo parked just a few feet away. I never expect we get to drive in that. Especially after they mentioned the low-key aspect. Well played. Definitely off to a good start now. He knocks on the window, calling to someone inside. After a few moments pass, a new face enters the scene.
So, you two are it?
Yeah, I guess. 2 winners, remember? We're not here to visit a chocolatier.
Not what I meant. Just expected something else.
What does she mean by that?
Well, you can call me Jade. It's a pleasure to meet the both of you. The contest just had a year of hype. I built up this weird image in my mind. Expected the winners to be larger than life. I apologize if I offended you in any way. Surely you would understand what I meant. We often have these sort of, preconceptions.
I suppose I know what you mean. No offense taken either. It's nice to meet you too. But speaking of preconceptions, can you tell us a little about Clash? I can feel the image in my mind is wrong. You've met him, right? He must have all kinds of inside knowledge.
Oh, I see him all the time. But yeah, many people get him wrong. Here's a few words I use to describe him.
I like to pretend that like this is like accurate. I don't know if it is anymore, but I'd like to pretend at the time it was accurate.
Self-absorbed, egotistical, holier than thou, arrogant, disrespectful. He's the worst.
Damn, Keela's just like, well, fuck, man. Excuse me?
It was a joke, Killa. God, I'm still learning this humor thing, but I guess I have a few more steps to go.
That was her definition of a joke? She doesn't need steps, she needs leaps and bounds. This is almost certainly how rumors are started. Someone won't know that she's joking and it'll spread. Rook tries to teach me in our off time.
But I guess I'm far from mastering it.
Oh, that explains it. Rook taught her. He's the last person in the world I'd say is funny. Well, I'd appreciate an honest answer. Oh, of course.
He can be shy and silent, but he can also be loud and outgoing. He can be polite and formal, or he can be crude and lax. He's just like any one of us. When you're up on the stage, or even when you're doing an interview, you're just putting on an act for the world. I think you'll get along with him just fine, but I don't think you know him yet either. The amount of people that do is very small.
Alright, thanks for answering. Sounds like he's under lots of pressure. It'd suck to have an image to maintain. And about the humor thing, you're doing great. Keep learning. Whoa, Killa can lie? Thanks, Killa. It's always fun to learn. Anyway, let's get ourselves in the limo. We're gonna get this adventure started. Sounds good. I can't wait. My hype level is off the charts. Based. I understand. I think this is the part where we meet. Yeah, look at the toothpaste-looking hoe. Outside the courthouse moments later. Look, it's him. It's a Colgate. Yeah, Colgate. That's him. So, do you think that'll ruin Blair? Only time will tell, comrade. It was risky, but we succeeded. We now have our inside man. Kalen can operate from within Blair's home. What the fuck do you mean? He got arrested. I don't think he's gonna be doing much of anything. So, I have to ask, was the evidence real? It doesn't matter. So it was fake, okay. It helped us. Means to an end, I believe they say. We have everything that we need to take him out. I doubt Blair will go down without a fight. It won't be pleasant for Kalen or Cobbler. What do you think he'll do, Emmy? I'm just gonna call him Emo. Emo and Colgate, yeah, there we go. They'll be put into interrogation, I think, but it doesn't cause me much concern. Kalen has been trained to resist. The major fact is that he's inside now. We just need to wait for his correspondence. After that, we can formulate a plan. I think he'll plant some evidence, something we can find next time we're there. An innocent visit, an incriminating find. So, Kalen can resist torture, eh? He looks pretty frail to me. And Kabu, he'll probably face the brunt of this. Also, look at Colgate's character design with, like, the Tetsuya Nomura amount of belts. I don't know how to feel about that. It is a worthy sacrifice, isn't it? Kabu did this willingly. I guess I can see it now. Assassin's Guild ousts corrupt politicians. Gotta help our reputation, right? You're not supposed to have much of a reputation. The fuck do you mean? You're supposed to be assassins. You work in the shadow of the night. Like, okay, these two actually really make me mad because they never do any assassinating, apparently, even though they're the Assassin's Guild, and they also have, like, a public mailbox. You'll understand what I mean when I get to Chapter 2 and just get unreasonably upset at them. We're the Assassin's Guild. We need to yeah, look, even he agreed. We need to have no reputation. He understands me. I guess. Just trying to make conversation. If people found out about us, they'd quickly find that the king funds us. Then he'd be the one getting ousted. Fine, so what do we do now? Maybe if you don't want to get publicly outed, you shouldn't have a fucking public mailbox. Holy shit. The player situation will remain on standby. We must wait for instructions from Kalen. Or until we have another off-worlder. Player has been more than happy to take them. With that said, the ritual is our goal. It helps us on both fronts, comrade. Colgate. The ritual. Again? You sound like you're stuck on a loop. Our track record of failure is demotivating. You know how Velasquez feels about failure. But we get an off-worlder no matter what. If that happens, we bring them to Blair. We gain his trust through these failures. It's symbiotic, Colgate. It's cold, Emo. Yes, it gives me chills. What the fuck? Okay, I do not remember that line. That's actually kind of fucking beautiful. That's cold, Emo. Yes, it gives me chills. The best conversation in this game. He walks away, done with the conversation. Jeez. What a mentor he is. I'll never get anywhere worthwhile. Oh well, a man can dream. Emo, wait for me! Oh my fucking god. Inside the limo. Okay, this is the scene where we get to meet the little prostitute. We're led into a massive limo, actually in emphasis on massive. I didn't think it would be this big on the inside. Jade promptly gets situated in the driver's seat. This leaves Rook, Killa, and myself in the back. Wow, this is amazing! It's so spacious, so luxurious! Huh? Sorry, you two. Guess I was in my own little world. Actually, it looked like he was staring at Jade. I find myself questioning the relationship with these two. She quickly turns and speaks to us through the divider.
So, where to?
Well, they couldn't think of a place. I say we just take them you-know-where. Nothing but fun times to be had over there.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I know. Better than a maid cafe. Fucking faggots. I can't believe Killa wanted to go to one.
No comment.
Hey! I'll take it easy. Harmless jokes, Killa. Anyways, this is the really awkward part where we're supposed to bond or whatever. He cringes as he says the word bond. I would have cringed too if I said it like that. Instead of acknowledging that, I noticed something else. I can hear some noise coming from the passenger seat. Was somebody up there with Jade? I asked Rook about this. Oh, you noticed, huh? Anumi, you wanna come out say hey? Oh, look, it's the, I think Anumi's supposed to be, like, at least, 17. But he acts like he's 7, and he dresses like a prostitute. And he's also really dumb, so I'm just gonna voice him with a very stereotypical stupid voice. Hey, dude. He retreats just, look at him, he's even wearing, like, a fishnet, like, shirt. That's not right. He retreats just as quickly as he appeared. Huh? I haven't the faintest idea who the fuck that was. That was Clace's brother, Anumi. Clace's brother? You sure it wasn't a prostitute? It's Clace's brother, Anumi. Killa was right, but Rook cuts him off. Was he put on some sort of act? If anything, it was for Anumi's benefit. I decide to play along, as does Killa. Oh, I see. Well, that's cool. Very cool indeed. I can't tell if he's being sincere or not. Well, moving on. I should go over the basics with you two. Just stuff to know before I let you wander. Make sure you're paying attention, alright? Feel free to take notes if you need to. Killa and I lean forward and listen intently. Here's a book for the both of you to have. It lists common Japanese phrases inside. I'd suggest learning a few common ones. Namely, I don't understand Japanese. I'm probably assuming here. Fucking weebs, so I'm sorry. But I doubt you can hold a conversation. Oh, and if this isn't called you Gaijin, well, that's a term of endearment. Isn't Gaijin, like, supposed to be fucking... Like, no, that's Baka, this idiot, excuse me. It's nice to know Rook can be civil and polite. For once, he's actually helping us. I assumed his default mode was consent everyone. He hands each of us a book. I put mine in my pocket. It's definitely travel size. I'm sure it would help. That was one of the things I was actually worried about. If someone tried to talk to me and I didn't know what the fuck they were saying. Oh, I almost forgot. There's one last thing you should know. It relates to current events in Tokyo. It's mostly superstition, of course, but it's got everyone up in arms, so it's better that you hear it from me. What is it? Yeah, no, this totally isn't Persona 4, guys. I fucking swear that I swear it isn't Persona 4. Oh, you fucking kidding me. The Midnight Deaths. The Midnight Channel? Tokyo's been hit by suicide and murder. More and more cases with each passing day. But it gets a little weirder than that. All the cases just happen at midnight. Like clockwork, right on the dot. Are you serious? Of course I'm serious. The deaths have been mysterious in nature. No culprit for the murders, no evidence. That's why it has everyone talking. The crime scenes don't add up at all. What happened is physically impossible. Okay, like, I really do hope that one of them was, like, shoved onto, like, a telephone pole, please. But to us, that's not really important, so you fucking think there's something far more noteworthy, and that's when these deaths first started. What do you mean? I know it's coincidence, but these deaths started a month ago, on the night of our arrival in Tokyo. What? Nani? Some people think the tour is an ill omen, that perhaps being here is the cause of it. What? That's not nice. Indeed. I hope that explains some things, especially why we kept your arrival so quiet. We didn't need any more fanfare around this. Restrictions are even being put upon Clace, so don't feel singled out in all this. Everyone is being affected equally here. So to that end, please stay quiet. Don't let anybody know why you're here, at least not for the next little while. But I know you're both trustworthy, so just continue as you have been. We aren't even doing a press release, at least not until Singe is ready. He handles his situations with expertise. He's kind of like my boss and my teacher. And don't worry about your enjoyment. You'll still have fun, I can guarantee that. There's just a few precautions to take. Later tonight, we'll get you to your hotel. Everything is still on par for the green. So don't cause any commotions, okay? Yes, of course. Don't want to make things worse. Clash must be under enough stress as it is. Yeah, I can tell it's affecting him. It's good that you heard this from me. You know how rumors and grapevines can be. People are even saying he's the killer. They're connecting totally unrelated events. Our arrival has nothing to do with all this. But you know how it works, right? People always need something to blame. A figurehead for all their problems. I suppose it's true, but they should focus on the real culprit. Clash is harmless. She couldn't do that. You're telling me, but it's still odd. Suicides are happening at midnight too. It's not just a killer, it's something else. And whatever it is, we have no idea. Some people are blaming the supernatural, but I never really believed in that stuff. I don't like what the causes of the midnight deaths actually end up being. It really pisses me off. More on that later. The limo comes to a stop, but this just leaves us all in an awkward silence. Well, I guess that means we're here. Thanks for making conversation with me, even if it was in the realm of the macabre. Yeah, could have picked a better time. Was your goal to scare us away, Rook? Because it almost worked, you know. No comment. Let's go. He leaves the limo without saying another word. For a while there, I was starting to feel free. But now I'm getting bogged down by terms and conditions. Though when I think about it, it's not too bad. I can play along if it's for the citizens' benefit. Wouldn't want to let slip while we're really here. It'd cause a panic in the middle of Akihabara.
Well, here we are. Welcome to Akihabara. Just watch your heads as you exit. Wouldn't want to bang them on the way out.
We both nod and do as instructed. Electric Town, here we come. Would you like to save your game? Fuck yeah, I would. And that's the end of this episode. My god, man. Well, there's that. I'll see you all later. Goodbye, good day. Yeah, see you.